What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to make a steampunk top hat out of foam. Here's the template. This is what we're going to use for cutting out the center part of the top hat. My measurements for, at least for me, was this piece of paper was 3 pieces of white, just regular printer paper. You tape them together so you get 3 sheets long. So you scotch tape it up. It's 23 7/8 for my size head, which is from this edge of the paper to this edge of the paper. And you got to find the center of that, which the center is 11 15/16. So then you find that mark. If this was a straight rectangle, it was 6 inches from the top to the bottom right here. So this would be a rectangle like that, all the way down. To get this curve right here, I measured from the top, get the middle of this, the center of this. So you find the center here, measure from the top down 5 inches and put a dash, put a little mark there. So that'll get you the general curve. So just draw this out with a pencil real lightly. So when you get that curve in there, you end up folding the paper in half. Okay, so you get your curve on that side, you cut that one side out, fold the paper over, then run your pencil, and it'll put a pencil mark onto your piece of paper. So then the 2 sides will be identical. And so that'll get you your template. If you want to know how big your head is, just take a piece of string, start from above your eyebrows, and measure them across. Put a string around your head, above your eyebrows to the back of your head, pinch it, and then pull the string out, and that'll be however long your head is. So then just put it down and cut it. So that's that part. So we're going to need, this is, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a Pack-Lite sleeping pad. It's made with closed cell foam, water resistant. It's 3/8 thick. It's just like a blue padding. It goes on the bottom of your sleeping bag when you go camping. It's like 10 bucks. It'll look like this. Oh, that was really hard to see. But it'll look like this. It's just the blue foam. That's all it really is. So then we check your template. So you get your template down. Pretty much get a marker. Then we trace this all out. Try not to move it too much when you do it. This foam is bumpy, so all we want is a rough idea of it. So we're not building rockets. So then we get the basic template. Then just grab yourself some scissors and cut it out. I'll cut that out really quick, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so we're back now. So pretty much just cut it out, follow the template part, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this together, and then we're gonna hot glue this. You could contact cement it too. But what these curves are right here are for, it's going to put that little, side curve. When you put the brim on here, it's going to put the little curve into it. So the brim's going to get stuck to this, glued to this, and it's going to put a nice little curve into it. So let me get my hot glue gun. Alright, now got the hot glue gun. She's ready to go. So what we're going to do is we are going to line these edges up. So we need to put a little bit of glue in there first. You can always, sand the little edges down and stuff. If you're a stickler for perfection. So we just line these guys up right here. Kind of push this together in there. Try to get that edge, fairly close. So we get that stuck. You just gotta kind of hold it together until the glue kind of dries up. So now it's stuck a little bit more. So now we just go and work on down the line. Just do little inch sections or so. Same procedure, just pinch it together. You get some of that little run out on it. It's probably kind of hard to see, but it's not that big of a deal. You could always use what's it called, contact cement too, which probably would work better. It would be less messy, but you got to use that stuff outside because it stinks to high hell. Just make sure we push it together good. And just go down the line more. I'm trying to kind of do this too fast, but purpose of the video, you'll understand it. You can always rub some of this glue off too. Okay, so that's stuck pretty good. So this is going to be the brim, or not the brim, the center part of the hat. It's going to look kind of like that. So now we need to get another piece of foam and we'll do the top, this top piece. So get yourself the foam back. The curvy part goes on the top. We want to do the bottom. Well, it's the bottom right now. It's actually the top, but so we pretty much get your marker out. Do the outside. So we get this here. Get our scissors back out. You gotta flip that. Just make this into a smaller piece. It's a lot easier to manage then. Throw that on the side. So now we just go and cut this out. When you're doing circles, make sure you keep turning the scissors because you don't want it to be straight. then you should get this piece, which will be your top. So we go back to this center part, and then, so this is our, like I said, the bottom for the, this is our top part here. So this is the same process, just glue it back together, glue it on top. I know it looks like it doesn't fit properly, but you can push this all in and move it around, and it'll fit. It'll be pretty damn close once you kind of tinker with it. It's the same thing when you glue it. Just glue in this spot over here, one little corner, get that stuck good, and then just go around. Just do little sections all the way around like you did the side. I'll be back. It'll take 2 seconds. Okay, so once you get a corner started like this, it's pretty much, you just gotta get the glue in. Same thing as before, just working little inch sections. Put some glue down in that. Pinch it together, line it up. And if you let this sit just a little bit, when it's still a little bit worn, you can run your finger over it and it don't burn you. And it actually smooths out and it comes right off your finger pretty easy. See, and it holds it. So just keep doing that. Stay. Stop falling over, glue gun. Contact cement would probably work a lot better, but I didn't have any on hand, so I'm winging it. Gotta use what I got. You really should kind of like hold that together a little longer, but purposes of the video, I'm trying to speed it up so at least you can see what at least the top part will look like so far. I'm using hot glue all over my fingers now. I'm trying to do it too fast. That's the nice part about hot glue. It comes right off your fingers. Now if that was contact cement, then you'd be sitting there for a while. So now we just got to do a couple more inches. mean, obviously you could take your time doing this part. Make it look pretty. That's pretty much the top and the side of it now. Like that. You can always clean this up and kind of go back and like this little spot right here and fill that in. I don't really care too much because I'm going to cover the whole thing later on, so that's the idea of that part. So now we need to get another piece of foam so we can do, well, this is upside down. It should be the brim like that. So let me grab my foam really quick. I think that'll be enough there. Okay, let me trim this up a little bit. Okay, now this is going to be our brim right here. Sorry, I keep tapping that damn camera. So what we need to do first, okay, first off, this foam has to be big, way bigger than this, okay, because we want 2 inches sticking out. I think it's 2.5 inches all the way around for our brim. So we need to go like this. And then we need to trace this part first. Okay, so now we got that circle there. We need to go in a little bit more, because this will be our edge that we glue to our other piece of foam. So this is just a reference for it. We could trim it when it gets all glued together. We'll make it all fit perfect. I'm sure there's probably a way easier way of doing this, but this is my first time ever making something like this, so I'm learning. I need a tape measure. So the way I did this, I'm not really sure if there's a better way, is measured out 2.5, so then I'd make a dot. You know, go 2.5, make a dot, 2.5, make a dot, all the way around. And I'm marking it from this outside line 2.5 inches, because this is the thickness of our foam. This will be cut out. There will be nothing here. This is where your head will go. So we just do 2.5. 2.5. So you can see my foam's kind of short a touch, but I don't think that'll matter too much. But I guess we will find out. It's short there, but no biggie, we will make it work. It's like way short there. But if you measure it all out properly, then it's not that bad. So then after you do all your dots, what you do is, the way I did it was I just hold my hand in the middle, kind of sketch a circle out around it. That's where the artist part in you comes out. halves. Start back over here. That'll work. Phone's just a little bit too small, but I think we can make that work still. Okay, so cut all this off, the four corners, cut all that out, and then we cut this part out here, and we leave this all here. Actually, I'll be back in 1 second. Let me cut that. Alright, so now we got this weird looking taco thingy, which is our brim. It actually looks pretty cool already because it already has like a kind of like a cowboy feel to it. So then what we do is take this part here. Now you remember our curve that we have on this. Very hard to see, but our curve. The curves I put on the sides. So we have, this is the front, this is the back, this is the side. So then we just attach it with the hot glue and just sit there and pretty much hot glue it just like this. That's why we have that little circle on the outside, that little line. And just sit there and do the same thing you did on the top. All the way around the sides and all that. Just do little inch sections and just line it up. And then you'll get probably a little overhang on the inside right here. With that, you can just trim with a razor. So we do that. I'll show you what I have done then. Kind of turns into this. It doesn't look too bad. This is like the brim I was talking about. You'll have overhang in it, and then we got to trim that down so it actually fits your head right. Then it turns into something of that nature. Get you a better pic of it. There he goes. Doesn't look too bad so far. But I still want to steampunk it. I'm going to make it look like it's all riveted together with metal. That'll have to be another video, and then we'll paint it. Thank you for watching.